This morning, I saw a guy getting beat down, stomped, and kicked and punched while a whole bunch of spectators were around these people that were beating this guy down so badly. The spectators were around these criminals with their cameras above them, recording like this, Where's my phone? Like this, like this is the thing now in 2020, It's all about, yo, wow, look at that over there. Let me record that, so that I could upload that to my Twitter account or my Facebook, yo. And then I'm going to add some words and say, yeah, man, that's right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Beat him down, kick him again, kick him again. Where is all this coming from, guys? Where all of this is coming from? Let me throw my dart right into the bullseye. Jesus Christ himself predicted that situation. In the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 10, it says that many will be offended, will betray one another, and will hate one another. So what's happening right now, right? Because keep in mind, this is the Lord's prediction. What we are seeing is the human heart, that despicable part within all of our bodies that is desperately wicked. Who can possibly fully understand it? Nobody. That's why the scripture is clear, especially at that part of the verse, at the ending of it, where it says, "Who can understand it?" Christ can understand it. He knows the human heart very well. And that being said, right, many of you are probably assuming, my people, that man, it's so bad right now that the rapture could just happen at any time. And keep in mind, right? Keep this in mind. The writings of Daniel, who said that when the transgressors have reached their fullness, then a king shall arise, a king who will show no mercy, who will be terrible and terrifying. And that king is the Antichrist. So that being said, he is not physically on the scene yet, guys. So what does that mean? What am I trying to say? What I'm saying is that the transgressors haven't reached their fullness yet. You're probably saying, but preacher man, it's bad enough right now. No. Yes, we as humanity have experienced the wars and the atrocities throughout history, from the Dark Ages to the Vietnam War to 9/11 and to all of these things that took place throughout human history, yes. But keep in mind, we haven't reached our fullness yet, you see? And when I say we, I'm talking about all of us, because the scripture is clear that any one of us is capable of unspeakable horrors, you see? So we as believers, we have to keep Adam's nature at bay at all times, including the human heart. Because when you let these things, right, with the George Floyd situation and other situations that are happening all around us, right, when you let those things fill up your skull, if you don't bring them to Christ so that he can handle them, then those thoughts will become negative emotions. And then your negative emotions will take complete control of you. And that is something that Christ warned us about in his word. And he wants us to stay far away from that, you see. It's quite clear. Many will be offended. And that's what's happening right now. Many are beyond offended. They have allowed the way they feel to be displayed in front of the whole world, you see. And then many will betray one another. And that's happening right now, clear as day. Not just in this situation with George Floyd, but in many other situations. There are many people who are just deliberately betraying one another because of selfishness, because of pride. And pride is the number to, in the Lord's eye, pride is the number one sin, if you really think about it. If you put all the sins together in one big basket, right on top of it, pride is on the top of the Lord's hit list, so to speak. And the ending of Matthew 24:10, which says, they will hate one another. And that's what's happening. Those individuals who stomped that guy close to death, they hated that man. They attacked him with so much hatred. It would take hatred for a human being to do what those individuals did to that man. So in closing, I want to leave you guys with these words, and I said it before, and I have to repeat it again. Keep Adam's nature at bay and watch your heart. Don't trust your heart. Your heart is unreliable right now. It has always been unreliable since the fall of Adam. Don't trust it. You know, even before Adam fell, it was Eve. Eve ate the fruit because of the trick from Satan, but at the same time, keep in mind, Satan can throw anything at you, but you have the final call. You see what I'm saying? Satan didn't take the apple and forced it down Eve's throat. Keep that in mind. You make the final decision. When Satan and his demons come to you, and not just them, because I don't want to give Satan and the demons all this credit, but Adam's nature. I have to include Adam's nature and the human heart. When you give in to these forces, internally and from an exterior perspective, if you allow all of these things to get to you, then you are at fault because you made that decision. You see what I'm saying? It was Eve who extended her arm, not Satan. Satan didn't grab her arm and say, come on, take that fruit and eat it. Nope. So keep that in mind. You have to keep your bodily members at bay as well, because as soon as you start letting those sinful wheels turn in your skull, then those sinful thoughts will transfer to your emotions. And then your emotions are going to say, do it. Beat that guy down. Or betray that person. Sleep with his wife. Cheat on your taxes. Overeat. Watch pornography. Drink yourself to death. You see what I'm saying? Don't fall for it. And keep in mind that when you make that evil decision, it wasn't these forces that forced you to make that choice. It was you and you alone. This is the Preacher Man signing out. May the Lord Yeshua Mashiach bless you all and your loved ones. And in Yeshua's holy name, I say, Amen. Peace.